So, the fat man has let out a new video. He always does the most random shit when it comes to his history. I'm talking about Fat Electricity, and this is his extra special channel, The Fat Files. He always does like extra special weird stuff every now and then. And, well, it's essentially talking about like Sriracha. If anybody's never been in the military, they know what Sriracha is because so many people keep it for their stuff. So many people use it for their food. Like, there's always, like, even a bottle of hot sauce. Usually it's like Pete's or something like that. But a lot of people will actually carry Sriracha with them just so they can put it on their MREs. Because, you know, when you're eating cardboard, you need some kind of flavor. And hot sauce usually helps it go down better. But apparently, like, every time he does anything, he goes down a freaking rabbit hole. And this is where this random stuff usually comes up. Like, when he did Red Bull and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what he actually finds on Sriracha because it's always got that weird chicken on it to make it look strange. And so it always comes off very foreign and special. So let's see exactly what happens this time with the Fat Files.
I'm slowly coming to accept the fact there's absolutely nothing I can do without falling into a rabbit hole. I quit eating hot sauce like 10 years ago, went and bought a bottle of my old favorite hot sauce, and it tastes different, and now I'm reading appeals from the 2nd Appellate Court District of California. Today we're talking about Sriracha, okay? Like 10 years ago, it used to be my favorite hot sauce, and then one day there was some huge shortage of Sriracha. Nobody could get it. There was like a drought or a lawsuit or something, and the only place you could find it was on eBay for like $300 a bottle. It was insane. So like,
I don't remember
person,
this.
I switched to a different product and haven't really looked back
Because
since.
again, I'm not a big hot
3
sauce
days
eater.
ago, I got a wild hair up my ass for whatever reason that I wanted some Sriracha. The drought or whatever was causing it to be messed up 10 years ago is probably over, and I could probably just go to the store and buy a bottle of Sriracha. So that's what I did. So I go, I find it on the shelf. I find what I know to be Sriracha, you know, the green little cap with the squeezy bottle with the chicken on it, and then right next to it is like 5 other bottles of hot sauce that are all claiming to also be Sriracha.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Okay, that's weird. Usually, like knockoffs, you're allowed to knock off a product, but you have to like call it something different. You can't just be like, I'm gonna make a knockoff of Coca-Cola and call it Coca-Cola. You're gonna get sued into oblivion. Why is the term Sriracha not trademarked? But you know what? Doesn't matter.
Probably
Because
a
I
type
know what the
of
real
hot
Sriracha
sauce.
is, so I grab a
Kinda
bottle
like
of
saying
hot sauce,
burger.
I go, I check out, I take it home, I eat the Sriracha. This is not Sriracha. I don't know what it is. Doesn't taste the same. Okay, it's been 10 years. Could my taste buds have changed? No,
Yes.
I'm fat. An elephant never forgets. I know what Sriracha is, and that shit's not Sriracha. Okay, something's gone horribly wrong, and I need to figure out what it is. My initial thought was, okay, over the course of the past 10 years, some investment firm, some venture capitalist group bought out Sriracha, added a bunch of preservatives, changed the recipe, made it work so they could improve profit margins and make a bunch of money, and ruined a perfectly good product. Per usual, that's probably what happened. Then I look into it. I was wrong. It's way worse. Let's just get to the ad.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
upset.
Mom, hey Dad, Mom wants to know why there's 50 of these in the kitchen.
It's a long story. Just tell her I needed it, okay? Just give me that. Mine. Anything else?
So she doesn't know why there's 50 of the hot sauces in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, neither does the audience yet. We're getting to that part.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, we got to tell them the whole story first.
But tell us why there's 50 of those hot sauces in the kitchen.
I will, but you got to watch the whole video. Now look at the camera and say, delete me.
Delete.
Perfect. High five. Love you.
Right.
See you later. This video is brought to you by Delete Me. Okay,
So what they're
super
essentially
simple,
doing-
straightforward business model. You give them money.
Okay, he's actually admitted before the reason he has his sons come in like that is because he can actually then claim them as actors and get more money on his taxes. Oh, God. This man does everything he can to screw the government. God bless him. He's a hero.
They turn around and make sure the data brokers aren't selling your personal information on the internet. Okay, what does that even mean? I'll break it down for you. All right, everything that you use, or pretty much everything that you use on the internet that's free isn't actually free. They're turning you into a product. You see, pretty much anytime you check
Data
the box that
miners.
says I agree to the terms and conditions, what you're allowing that company to do is harvest all of your personal data. They turn around. They
I
sell it
actually
to
have
data
Delete
brokers,
Me because,
and then
like,
the
I
data
don't
brokers
trust
turn
that shit.
around,
I'm
throw it
trying
up
to get
for
rid of it.
auction for companies to bid on so that they can target you with hyper-specific ads 24/7. But when you have Delete Me, they monitor all the big data brokers, and anytime your personal information pops up for sale on one of their websites, Delete Me automatically fills out an opt-out request, which they legally have to abide by and stop selling your information. And then Delete Me continues to monitor these sites in case they acquire that information again. They will resubmit the opt-out request again. Simply put, a subscription to Delete Me is what actually makes everything that's free on the internet truly free. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I've been using them since before they were paying me to talk about them, and I'm going to keep using them after they quit paying me to talk about them. If you want to give it a try, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, we're just going to take it from the top. Our story begins in 1975. The communists take over Vietnam. Living inside of Vietnam at this point in time is a 30-year-old man of Chinese descent by the name of David Tran. And as far as I can tell, David Tran is just a normal dude that has a hobby of making hot sauce in his free time. Okay, ethnically, he's Chinese, but he was born in Vietnam. He spent his entire life in Vietnam. He's Vietnamese by all accounts, okay? But the communist government over the course of the next couple of years starts
kind of
adopting
racist
anti-Chinese policies, and eventually he is forced
How
to
nice of them
flee
to
his
hate the
home
people
country
who
of
helped them
Vietnam
get
and board a ship with 3,000
to
other Vietnamese people
unite.
of Chinese descent, and that ship's name is the Hoi Fong. Now, the Hoi Fong is supposed to be taking all these people to Hong Kong so they can be refugees, but Hong Kong at this point in time is being run by the British, and the British are like, no, we're not fucking taking you. So they're stuck out on this ship for over a month, not knowing where they're going to go. And finally, America steps in and is like, it's fine, bring them here, we'll take everybody.
Come on
as
in, guys.
refugees. So now David Tran, at 33 years old, finds himself in California, doesn't speak English well.
This is the
if
kind
at
of
all.
good
He's
refugee
here through
thing I would
absolutely
agree with.
No fault of his own, and he's got to figure out how to make a living. And the only thing he's got is hot sauce. He doesn't need to speak English. He doesn't need to have technical skills because everybody appreciates a good hot sauce. If he can make it and sell it, that's going to be how he makes his living.
If you
So that's
build
what he
it,
does. He
they
starts
will
making his
come.
hot sauce, and he's literally refilling old baby food jars with a spoon and funnel with this homemade hot sauce, and then hand delivering it on a bicycle to restaurants and anybody else that'll buy it.
God bless
and the
him.
dude is just working his ass off doing this. He's
You got
working
to.
18 hours a day. There's even a story
my
that one of
God.
his kids tells later in life that when they were a baby, he would work for 18 hours a day making this hot sauce, and he would have all the, juices and everything all over his arms, and he wasn't even able to hold his kids when they were babies because he
would-
smelled so much like pepper and hot sauce, it would make
It would-
the kids cry.
Yeah.
It's impossible not to love and respect this guy. Like, dude is just forced into the worst situation imaginable, has to move to a foreign land where he doesn't speak the language, and just works his ass off and does everything he can to provide for his family.
That's
And it
a real
works. This
immigrant.
hot sauce becomes like a cult thing in LA, and by
Hell yeah.
1980, he buys a 5,000 square foot warehouse where he ramps up production. Okay, do you understand
some
how impressive
machines.
that is? Like, I'm gonna say it a little bit slower. He moved to California, doesn't even speak English in 1978, and by 1980, 2 years later, he buys a 5,000 square foot warehouse in LA, which is renowned for having cheap real estate. Okay, this dude is a complete badass. Okay, so he gets his new factory up and running. Once he does that, he adds a couple of new flavors, and one of them is going to be based off of a Thai-style hot sauce known as Sriracha. Sriracha was the
There we
town
go.
that this style of hot
This is
sauce
why you
was
can call it
originally
Sriracha.
invented in, so he just calls it Sriracha. He slaps a chicken on the bottle because that's his zodiac sign, and then puts a bunch of Chinese shit all over it, and he calls his company Hoi Fong Foods, named after the ship that brought him to America. Okay, just so we're all on the same page.
God.
This guy flees communism,
awesome.
moves to America, starts a hot sauce company, takes a recipe from Thailand, puts it in
That's like a Cherokee naming like a brand of jerky, Trail of Tears.
inside of a Chinese branded bottle, and then sells a shit ton of it to achieve the American dream. I love everything about this story. It's the most
Amen.
American shit ever. From here, over the coming years, Sriracha becomes outrageously popular. At this point, he probably should have trademarked it. Couple of problems. One, you can't really trademark Sriracha because the word Sriracha is just the name of the town the sauce was created
Again,
in.
like
It'd be somebody
hamburger.
trying to trademark the word Los Angeles. You can't do it. So at this point, most people would be like, okay, we're
Gene
gonna give it a
Simmons has
different
probably
name
tried.
so that we can trademark it. But David Tran is like, no, we're calling it Sriracha. I don't care. If you want to make another hot sauce and also call it Sriracha, that's fine. I'm still going to win because my shit's better. He's just a complete gangster
Hell
about
yeah.
the entire thing.
Patents are for the week.
Okay, another dollar into the reasons you should love David Tran jar. Like, that is the best attitude on the planet. Like, I'm going to beat you not because my lawyers made it illegal for you to compete with me.
Because
gonna
I'm
beat
better
by
than
just
you.
beating you and outperforming you and giving the customer a better product.
There
and
we
while that
go.
is a great
That's how
attitude
you
to
do
have,
it.
great attitude alone isn't going to make a great product. A great plan is, and David Tran has that plan. Hoi Fong Foods is going to make their sriracha by using fresh, locally sourced ingredients. He is buying red jalapeno peppers from local farmers,
people.
having them picked in the field, taken straight to his factory, and turned into hot sauce the exact same day. Is that cost effective? Absolutely not. He could probably make way more money, have way better margins if he was buying a bunch of shit from overseas that was dehydrated, thrown into a barrel, and shipped across the ocean, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants to have it fresh. Quality. The American economy. He literally says he locally sources everything that he puts into his hot sauce as his way of giving back to America for bringing him into this country as a refugee. Okay, impossible not to love this guy.
Awesome.
Comes to America, works his ass off. Does not
I love this guy. I want to know more about him.
Like, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to create a superior product. I'm going to support my people, and I'm going to fucking win. And that's exactly what he does. Fast forward, by 1988, he's selling so much hot sauce that he's having trouble sourcing enough red jalapenos to be able to keep up with demand. And a local farmer, Craig Underwood, the owner of Underwood Ranch, hears about his issue and writes him a letter. Not an email, not a text message, doesn't give him a call.
My baby, she wrote me a letter.
It literally just says, and I quote, "Do you want me to grow you some peppers?" David Tran is like, hell yeah, grow me some peppers. I need a lot more peppers. So Underwood Ranches starts planting these red jalapeno peppers. And because the ranch is so close to his factory, they're actually able to pick the peppers, put them directly onto a semi-truck, drive them straight to the factory, and within 6 hours, they are turned into hot sauce. And
so fresh, you'll scorch your mouth.
They're using the freshest ingredients possible, not a bunch of dehydrated shit that they can buy from anybody. So Sriracha explodes in popularity even more. Okay, and it's worth
Quality.
He's not even trying to market Sriracha. The product markets itself. Sriracha has never spent a single penny on advertising or anything else. It's just
it's never done that because it's still got that weird like Asian Chinese look to it. Because like when the minute anybody starts getting it in America, it always turns it into that weird cartoonish, like super colorful, like twirly shit. Like Sriracha does not look American. It looks foreign as hell. That's how you know they never bother with freaking marketing, because it looks alien. Still looks killer, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like if you go in there and it's like you find something in the Asian wet market or something. It doesn't look like it's an American product. It just had because of all those markings on it.
It's like you try it, you like it, you buy more, the end. That's David Tran's entire business model. I create a superior product, the customers will come to me. And it works. Sriracha starts hitting mainstream. It's getting sold all over the United States, at which point Sriracha does start getting some backlash. There's interviewers and reporters asking questions like, hey, why don't you make it a little bit milder? Some people say it's too hot, to which David Tran responded, and I quote, then use less.
It's freaking hot sauce. Exactly.
Hot sauce is supposed to be hot.
What is wrong with you?
Duh.
Oh my God.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, the relationship between
what is wrong with you? Why don't you make the hot sauce less hot? Shut the fuck up.
Like the first 10 years. Basically, Underwood Ranch grows some red jalapeno peppers. They sell them by the pound to Hoi Fong Foods. That's how it's normally supposed to go. And by the end of that 10-year period, Underwood Ranch is supplying 95% of all the red jalapenos to Hoi Fong Foods. And Hoi Fong Foods is accounting for approximately 25% of Underwood Ranch's business. The problem is Sriracha is getting more and more popular.
Wait, how much?
5% jalapenos to Hoi Fong Foods, and Hoi Fong Foods is accounting for approximately 25% of Underwood Ranch's
Only
business.
25?
Sriracha is getting more and more popular by the day, and he needs more red jalapeno peppers, and he wants Underwood Farms to grow them because they have a great relationship. So he goes to Craig Underwood.
Not a bad
and
idea.
Like, hey, I need you to grow more red peppers. To which Craig Underwood is like, hey, look, you're accounting for 25% of my business already. That's probably too much for diversity. Like, if I lose you as a client, I'm going to go out of business. I can't risk
where he goes from.
My available land on these red peppers because it's just too risky. I can't do it. Go ahead and buy some red peppers from somebody else. I'll keep supplying you as much as I possibly can, though.
How about no?
But David Tran doesn't take no for an answer. He's like, no, you grow the best red jalapeno peppers. I need you to do it. You're the best at it. Here's the deal. Rather than you footing the risk of having to grow these peppers and then me buying them by the pound, I will pay you up front for every acre of these peppers that you plant. Meaning that David Tran is now footing the risk of if there's a drought or, a famine or there's a bad crop, whatever, the fault and the risk is no longer on Underwood Ranches. It is now on Hoi Fong Foods, which is a deal that Craig Underwood just can't turn turned down.
Damn.
So he agrees. And from here, as far as I can tell, they shake on it, and that's that. There's no contracts, no nothing. Underwood Ranches over the coming years converts all of their farm into just growing red jalapeno peppers for Hoi Fong Foods. The entire thing is one crop for one client on a handshake agreement. And you know what? It works like a charm. And now that Underwood Ranches is growing one crop,
a little dangerous.
Experts in growing red jalapeno peppers.
And I say that's dangerous not because of what they've done. Good old boys shaking hands and making like, you know, spit, grab, shake agreements. That's how humanity worked for millennia. Unfortunately, there are some very bad actors, particularly in frickin' California, and these men were both alive in the 70s, and that was 50 years ago. And I'm pretty sure they were grown adults then, so they're probably old men. Oh, what I'm worried about is the next generation, whether or not they are, they're as noble businessmen and entrepreneurs. So, not to mention there's always, like, bad actors when it comes to, like, technology and other businesses interfering. Oh, boy.
And his right-hand guy, a guy by the name of Roberts, actually develop and build a harvester so they can harvest all of the peppers with a machine rather than sending people out into a field to pick them by hand. And this goes on for years.
That cuts
Craig
the
Underwood
costs.
and David Tran actually become really good
You want to make
friends.
money,
They
just
watch
find a
each
way to
other's
make
kids
something
grow up.
simpler.
They're going to each other's houses for holidays. Everything is perfect. And then by 2007, David Tran has a meeting with Craig Underwood and is like, hey, you need to make your farm bigger because I'm going to need more peppers because I am buying a new factory that's going to be 600,000 square feet. Okay, and if you don't know, acquiring more farmland is not a simple process.
Especially in
by any stretch of the
California.
imagination, pretty much anywhere in the United States, but especially in places like the Midwest or California where real estate is notoriously expensive. But from Craig Underwood's perspective, this is, you know, not just a business acquaintance. This is my homie. He knows where I live. He knows my kids. We've been working together for 20 years at this point. If
Damn.
he needs it, I'm going to get it done. Underwood Ranches invests millions and millions of dollars and acquires 1,800 additional
Hell
acres
yeah.
for the Hoi Fong Foods factory so they can keep supplying them. Now, presumably, some of that land
Grow,
was
baby,
bought,
grow.
but a lot of it had to be leased. And when you lease
Oh,
farmland,
no.
you're leasing farmland for decades at a time.
Oh,
Nobody
no.
is leasing farmland for like a year or a couple years at a time. It's like, no, you're going to sign a lease and you're going to be on the hook for this lease for the next 30 years, which is extremely risky for Underwood Farms,
Yep.
but he's betting on Sriracha. This thing is blowing up. It's selling everywhere. And he's been with this guy for 20 years. It seems like a sure thing. Okay, and if you weren't around or you don't remember, in like the 2010s, Sriracha was absolutely everywhere, right? Like they were putting Sriracha on hats, shirts. Lay's had a potato chip Sriracha flavor.
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember
David
that.
Tran got paid for none of that, by the way. He could have probably sued
What?
for trademark infringement, not for the word Sriracha, but for the use of his rooster logo, but he never did because he just viewed the entire thing as free advertisement, which it absolutely
Yeah,
was.
kinda.
Like if you're in the hot sauce aisle looking for a new hot sauce, you're like, oh, I've seen 17 hipsters wearing a Sriracha hats and Sriracha shirts, and there's Sriracha cookbooks and Sriracha Lay's potato chips. I'm gonna buy fucking Sriracha. So Craig Underwood goes through
Yeah,
with
true
it. He
enough.
acquires all this new land, fronts millions and millions of dollars, puts himself on the hook for decades.
This
for
is
this
building
farmland,
up in
but
a very
everything's gonna work
bad
fine
way.
Because Sriracha is not going anywhere, and for years,
Oh,
it goes
boy.
great. The new 600,000 square foot factory opens up. Underwood Ranches is at full tilt making red jalapeno peppers. They are growing 100 million pounds of red jalapenos a year, delivering 50 to
Jesus.
60 semi-loads every single day to Hoi Fong Foods.
Spicy.
And despite the scale, they are
Spicy.
still going from picked off the plant to turned into hot sauce in like 6 hours. Hoi Fong Foods is now a billion-dollar company selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of hot sauce every single year, and Underwood Ranches is, as far as I can tell, the largest
Yep.
red jalapeno operation in the world. And at this point, Sriracha is continuing to grow at 20% revenue year over year, which is
Damn.
insane. These two men have literally made something incredible off of nothing more than a handshake agreement and both working their ass off. And then it all goes to shit.
What do you mean?
According
The way he was building it up, you knew it was going to happen. Think of it like this, like that there's like birds out there that are specifically designed to eat just one kind of snail. What happens when that snail goes away? The birds die off. Same with this. Something happened, probably some type of like natural disaster or some type of like massive drought or something, and the farm got hit.
According to the court documents, in approximately 2014, David Tran wanted to give his sister-in-law, who was working for the company, a big raise, but he felt that his wife and son, who sat on the board, wouldn't approve it. So David Tran came up with an idea that he was going to make a new company and just give the company to the sister-in-law as a way to get her to make more money. And that new company was going to be called Chilico, and Chilico's entire job was going to be acquiring red jalapeno peppers and ingredients for Hoi Fong Foods, and that was going to be that. That's how he was going to pay his sister more money. Okay, I'm going to say that again, but slower, so we're on the same page. David Tran has just elected to hire somebody who presumably is not qualified to take over the operation of acquiring red jalapeno peppers, which is not even a job that needs to exist because he has one guy that gets him all the peppers that he needs on a handshake agreement. But for some reason, we're going to interject this person that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to try to acquire the peppers that they already fucking have. Okay, I've said this.
Okay, I smell a rat, and I feel like there's something deeper between them than being a sister-in-law. I don't like this. Oh, God, it reeks.
A million times, if it's not broke,
don't
try
fix
to fix it. Everybody's making literally billions of dollars selling hot sauce and growing chili peppers. Just don't touch it. Leave it alone. Continue making money. But that's not what somebody that's a new hire that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about is going to do. Absolutely not. Chilico starts looking at the numbers and they're like, well, you know, actually, we could buy these dehydrated chilies from China and they would only be $300 a ton. So I think that Underwood Farms should try to compete with these dehydrated chilies from overseas, while he's supposed to also deliver brand new fresh chilies that are picked and then turned into hot sauce in 6 hours while he's growing them in California, of all places.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
So Chilico goes to Craig Underwood and is like, hey, we could get this competitor's chilies for $300 a ton. We want you to be able to...
As usual, women ruin everything.
Women.
Sell your brand new fresh chilies and deliver them to us with your semis for $500 a ton, to which Craig Underwood is like, absolutely not. It literally cost me almost $700 a ton just to grow these things. That's not possible. At which point the appropriate response would have been, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm an idiot. Forget I said anything. Is that what they did? Absolutely not.
But that's simply not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
The next year, in 2015, Chilico pulls Roberts, aka Craig Underwood's right-hand man that helps him run his entire farming operation, aside and tries to hire him away from Craig Underwood. Roberts declines and kind of attributes the entire thing to a miscommunication.
He's absolutely right.
Around the same time, David Tran gets a hold of Craig Underwood and is like, hey, can we fly a drone over your farming operation? We just want to, you know, look at the crops that are growing, which is weird. He's never done that before, but also, like, drones are new. I've been working with this guy for 20 some odd years. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, as long as it's for, like, your personal use or you just want to look at it, like, that's fine, go ahead. So Hoi Fong Foods, David Tran, flies a drone over, records all this footage of their farming operation, and then nothing seemingly ever comes of it. Then, 2016, Craig Underwood is on vacation out of the country. They know that, so they have Roberts come to the Hoi Fong Foods factory, where the Chilico head and David Tran basically sit Roberts down and say, hey, we're starting this new company, Chilico. You're gonna work for us. Not asking him to work for them, pretty much telling him, you work for me now.
What the hell?
To which Roberts is like, no, I don't. I've been working for Craig Underwood for 2 decades. That's my guy. I'm not leaving him. They get super pissed. They then turn around and they're like, okay, well, we could still buy this stuff from China for $300 a ton. You're going to sell us your stuff at $500 a ton, or we're going to go elsewhere. They literally can't sell it to you at $500 a ton. It costs them almost $700 a ton to grow this shit. So not only is demanding that price delusional, this also breaks the entire thing just by going from paying by the ton to the original agreement of, we're going to pay you for every acre that you plant, because it shifts all the risk back onto Underwood Farms, and now they're screwed because they only grow jalapenos at this point and they're stuck. So in the coming months, Underwood...
Okay, something is really rotten. I want to know what the hell happened to make him want to change, because, again, I'm feeling it's all the woman.
Farms tries to negotiate a new price with him, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So by the 2017 season, he's not able to plant any jalapenos, so there's no jalapenos in the ground. There is now a massive gap in the supply chain that's gonna have to be filled somehow. So Chilico goes about trying to buy peppers from everybody else that they possibly can, because you're never gonna believe this. Nobody has 100 million pounds of fucking jalapenos lying around, and it's really hard to find that many.
I am stunned. Just done.
So in an effort to help
Oh
find
no.
that, they give all
The
the
consequences
drone footage
of
the
all my
proprietary techniques
actions.
and technology and all the intel that they had gathered through espionage to all the
Oh
other
my
jalapeno.
god. Is this just a China thing? Is this just a China thing? Did like his ancestral blood kick in or something? I swear to God, it's every damn time. It's the frickin' espionage. Oh my lord.
Farmers without Underwood knowing.
This is bullshit.
So essentially, Underwood Farms is basically dead in the
20
water, and they're on the hook
years.
for all these thousands of acres of farmland that they leased for the next like 20 to 30 years. Like, they're gonna go out of business. While that's going on, Chili Co. and Hoi Fong Foods are getting jalapenos from anywhere and everywhere else that they can, which means the quality isn't that great. Some of the peppers are picked too early, some of them are dehydrated, they're having to use green chilies instead of red jalapenos. It's a giant fucking nightmare, which leads to the hot sauce tasting different, looking different. It's like a burnt orange color. People are mad that the Sriracha doesn't taste like Sriracha. Nobody knows what's going on. So now presumably Hoi Fong Foods is also financially hurting, so they just start digging through all their accounting and they're like, actually, we think a couple years back, I think we overpaid Underwood Farms like $1.5 million. We're gonna take them to court and sue them, so they have to give us $1.5 million.
Bro,
And
what the hell? Again.
Burden.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Okay, and I cannot stress to you enough that this
Again,
is
I
probably
feel like
the
it's
dumbest
this woman
fucking
again.
idea imaginable. Okay, I've been threatened with quite a few lawsuits in my day, and I have avoided all of them by saying one simple statement back to their lawyers, and that statement is, okay, sue me, I would love to go to discovery with you. Because discovery is this magical part of the judicial process.
The discovery process is a formal pretrial stage in civil lawsuits where parties gather evidence, documents, and witness testimony from each other. It prevents trial by ambush by ensuring both sides know the facts and witness accounts beforehand, aiding in case strategy and settlement.
Where both parties have to come to the table with all of their evidence, and you can subpoena and get all of their internal records and figure out exactly what was going on, which presumably is exactly what happens. And when Chili Co. and Hoi Fong Foods have to turn over all of their shit, it becomes very apparent that they have been plotting for at least 3 years to screw over Underwood Farms.
Damn.
At which point it goes from them suing Underwood Farms for $1.5 million to Underwood Farms suing them for $23 million and winning in court.
It was perfect.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
And this is what caused that magical time like 10 years ago, 2016, 2017, where nobody could find Sriracha on any shelves anywhere. And if you could, it was like this weird different color. It didn't taste the same. It was all because it wasn't the same. The whole thing with Sriracha
People had to be
had
stupid.
fresh red jalapeno peppers that were grown in California in a particular part of the world that were plucked, transferred to the factory, and turned into hot sauce in 6 hours flat. It was literally a multi-billion-dollar money printing machine with a beautiful backstory with two hard-ass working men on a handshake agreement that built a fucking empire together, and the entire thing was harpooned by one stupid greed, pure greed.
Yep.
Like, why? Everybody was winning. It wasn't broke. Why would you try to fix it? You've got some moron that didn't build this company whispering in your ear like, oh yeah,
we all have mansions. We're all rich as shit, but you could have a little bit bigger mansion and be a little bit more rich if you fucked over all your friends.
And then you blew up the entire thing.
Frickin' I swear.
Congratulations. So yeah, that's why you couldn't find Sriracha on the shelves 10 years ago, and that's why the Sriracha today tastes a little bit different. Oh, but you know the funny part? You know what Underwood Farms did after they won the $23 million lawsuit with Sriracha? They turned around and started making their own Sriracha, and guess what they called it? Fucking Sriracha, because you can't trademark the word Sriracha. So now, made with Underwood Farms with the actual chili peppers, you can get Underwood Farms Sriracha, and I'm gonna be honest, it tastes very similar to the original Sriracha, but it's a little bit spicier, and I kind of like it more. So, yeah, I found my Sriracha.
Oh my god.
I wish I could tell you what the next video is going to be, but who knows what rabbit hole I'm going to fall into next.
That's the best ones. Go buy his shit, by the way. Oh my god. It's just... I'm not kidding you. The minute he mentioned, hey, there's a woman involved and the dude's trying to give her a job or give her a large amount of money, I'm like, you're banging each other, aren't you? No, that's his sister-in-law. I don't care. They're screwing. Oh, my God. And then the wife and the son didn't want to let her in. Yeah, there's something nasty going on behind the scene. It's... Seriously, bro, you had to let your business get Yoko Ono'd? You had to let that happen? No, you didn't. You didn't even have to live that.
Before they cannot pronounce Sriracha, they cook sauce or rooster sauce.
Oh God. Well, you cocked up the cock sauce. Congratulations, son. You played yourself. Ah.